In this episode, I'm going to show you 5 simple ways to relieve stress and anxiety in your life. Let's rise.
Rising to be. Rising to be productive. Rising to be organized. Rising to be inspired. Who are you rising to be? New podcast every Tuesday, new videos every Wednesday and Saturday.
Hello everyone, I am Christina B Rising and welcome to the Rising to Be Show, the only place on the internet where I help you rise to be who you want to be, helping you rise to be productive, organized, and inspired. I upload every Wednesday and Saturday on my YouTube channel and on my podcast Rising to Be every Tuesday, available wherever you can listen for free. Watch next week's episode early by joining my Patreon for exclusive and early access content. There's 3 tiers to choose from at patreon.com/rising to be. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe so that you can become a riser, and click the bell so that you can be notified every time there's a brand new episode. So let's get into this episode.
Are you tired of 2020 and want to start creating a better life in 2021? Then check out my goal setting workbook to help you create the life you want in 2021. Write the vision and make it plain. Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 2. Available now in my Etsy shop, Rising to Be. Save 20% off your order using code GOALS21. Keep rising to be who you want to be.
And before we dive into our first tip, I would like to take a moment to thank our supporters on Patreon for supporting the channel. Without you, videos and podcasts like this wouldn't be possible. Thank you to Rosetta W for joining the Patreon as a Tier 3 subscriber. And if you would also like to support the channel, you can by going to patreon.com/rising to be. Now, without further ado, the first tip I have for you is 1. Get a boost with supplements. There are so many supplements that you can take today to help you with reducing your stress and anxiety. This is something I recently learned while doing research for this video. Like taking lemon balm supplements. Studies show that lemon balm contains anti-anxiety effects and is a member of the mint family. Disclaimer, some supplements can actually interact with medications or have side effects, so it is important that you consult with your doctor before using. Omega-3 fatty acids. A study done by the National Institutes of Health showed how the medical students who took omega-3 supplements had experienced a 20% reduction in having anxiety symptoms. Ashwagandha is an Ayurvedic herb that you can use as a medicine to help treat whatever stress or anxiety you may be facing. Kava kava is a sedative that is a psychoactive member of the pepper family, which has been used as a sedative in the South Pacific area and is increased in popularity in the US and Europe to assist in treating mild stress and anxiety. Valerian root, not to be mistaken for Valerian steel from Game of Thrones, which I desperately miss, but had a terrible ending, of course. But anyway, let's get back into the topic at hand. Valerian root, which is used as a popular sleep aid from the valsenic acid, which gives a tranquilizing effect. Valeric acid is able to alter your gamma-aminobutyric acid, GABA for short, receptors in your body to lower your anxiety. And lastly, green tea. Whether you take it in a capsule or brewed in a mug, it contains so many polyphenol antioxidants that not only provide anxiety and stress reducing properties and multiple other health benefits that can increase your serotonin levels, which I don't really notice that much because I drink a lot of coffee, which brings me to my next tip. 2. Lower your caffeine intake. Now, this tip really goes out to me because, well, I drink a lot of coffee a day, but the cups I drink it out of are well bigger than an average mug. So yeah, because of this, my caffeine withdrawals are a bit more intense. Why? Because, as I just said, I drink a lot of coffee. And because I have successfully created an amazing coffee cart at home, life has been good and very caffeinated. But too good because caffeine is a stimulant that can be found in coffee, tea, chocolate, and energy drinks, etc. All of my favorite things. And because caffeine is in so many foods and drinks that we have, these high doses of caffeine can have very bad effects like jitters, which is really just a sign of increased stress and anxiety, which is crazy because oftentimes I look to coffee to help me get through things and push through. But I am still trying my best to reduce my caffeine intake, but it isn't exactly easy to do. So if you're also slightly addicted to coffee, just try your best to cut back as much as possible if you can. Tip 3, say no more. Look, let's be honest here. Some of the things that stress us out the most are things that we actually should have said no to in the first place. Not everything that stresses us out is in our control, but some things actually are, which is why it's so important that we say no to things that aren't adding to our lives in a positive way, or even just things that add an additional stress in our already stressful lives. By having more control of what happens in your life, you will start to feel more relaxed and at ease. It's incredibly important to be selective in what exactly you take on or don't. So say no for the purpose of being stress-free. Tip 4, chew some gum. I'm sure you've noticed from watching football and other sports games how the coaches are often fiercely chewing gum. And that is because it can actually reduce the stress you may be under. And gum is not only quick and easy, but it's also incredibly affordable. There was even a study done by Elsevier that showed people who chew gum often had a greater sense of well-being and a lower amount of stress. A possible explanation for this would be that chewing gum can cause brainwaves similar to the ones of relaxed people. The other explanation is that chewing gum can help to promote blood flow throughout your body and to your brain. Share this awesome episode with someone you know who needs it to help them rise to be who they want to be. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'd hate for you to miss the next episode. Watch next week's episode early by joining our Patreon for exclusive and early access content. There's 3 tiers to choose from at patreon.com/risingtobe. Now let's get into our next tip. Tip 5, avoid procrastination. Let's be real for a moment. Sometimes we get stressed out because we avoid some of our responsibilities and push things back that we should have done last week all the way to next month just because we didn't want to do it. A great way to have better control of your stress is by staying on top of your priorities and by not procrastinating. When we give into procrastinating, we are actually giving up our free time in the future. Sometimes procrastination can also put you into a position where you are making mistakes in the process of catching up, which only adds to your stress and other negative effects to your health and sleep quality. Get used to not only making a to-do list, but also following it so that you can accomplish your tasks. Check out our Brain Dump printable, which can help to not only make the best to-do list, but also help you to keep up with reminders, emails, calls, and additional tasks for another day. Available now on the Rising to Be Etsy shop and the soon-to-be risingtobe.com.
Thank you so much for stopping by and pressing play. I just want to share the comment of the day. Today's comment of the day comes from YouTube commenter Dr. Ogbe Edward. Hopefully I said your name correctly. Love your content, new subscriber. Thanks so much for your comment, Dr. Ogbe Edward. Want to be featured as the next comment of the day? Simply leave a comment on a YouTube video or leave a review on wherever you listen to podcasts. Now back to the show.
So let's do a quick recap just in case you missed a tip. 1, get a boost with supplements. 2, lower your caffeine intake. 3, say no more. Tip 4, chew some gum. Tip 5, avoid procrastination. I hope this episode was helpful to you. I can't wait for you to see the next episode. You can even watch next week's episode early by joining my Patreon for exclusive and early access content. There's 3 tiers to choose from at patreon.com/risingtobe. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so that more people like you can have access to content like this. Keep rising to be who you want to be. I am Christina B Rising, and I will always be rising. Check out the upcoming playlist filled with content to help you keep rising to be who you want to be. Bye, risers.
Do you want even more Rising to Be in your life? Then join the Rising to Be Patreon. It helps you support the channel and other forms of content. There's 3 tiers to choose from, starting as low as $4. So here's a breakdown of tier 1. You get access to the monthly wallpapers for your computer and phone to keep you motivated and inspired all month long. You get to choose 1 monthly video topic, and of course you get a Patreon shout out in my next video. Tier 2 has access to monthly wallpapers. You get to choose 1 monthly video topic, early access to videos, and of course a Patreon shout out in my next video. Tier 3 has access to the monthly wallpapers. They get to choose 2 monthly video topics and 1 podcast topic. Early access to videos and podcasts, a Patreon shout out in my next video, and of course exclusive access to my printable collection from my Etsy store, Rising to Be. And it's only available through Patreon and Etsy, so this is something you really want to jump on. There are 3 tiers to choose from. I plan on adding even more as we go along. So I hope you'll consider joining the Patreon risers. Keep rising to be who you want to be.
Follow me on Instagram at risingtobe for motivational content. Join the Rising to Be Facebook group to get updates on Rising to Be. Follow me on Pinterest at Rising to Be for several boards of inspiration and motivation. Join the Patreon so that you can watch next week's video or listen to the next podcast at patreon.com/Rising to Be.